Hello and welcome to today's Woodworking Wisdom. I'm Jason Bridge. We're going to look at something as a pallet wood project, maybe a little bit of a DIY thing that you might want to do. I've been requested to do something as a rustic type picture frame. Okay, so we're going to do something along those lines. So we've been and sourced our material, cut another pallet up. Okay, so from there, what I need to do is just go skim this and just thickness it very lightly. I just want to clean up the edges, get it flat so I've got a gluing up surface. So that's our material. So we've got really basically some pine out of a pallet, really easy for you to find. All right, so I'm just going to do a brief bit where we go next door. You'll see me whiz it through the machine, then we'll get you back a little bit. Alright, so quick machining session. We have the cover face bits, they're a bit wider. We've machined up just the back edge to give us a flat, one straight edge at the moment. I've left the rest of it rough. In reality, what I would class as the underframe section, I've machined up totally. So everything's the same thickness, so when we do our joint for this, it's going to come together. I have a piece of plywood that is the size of my cutout that I want my picture to drop into. So that gives me a frame to work round to do our joints. Alright, so I think you can hopefully see we're going to do 4 sides. We've got a bit over, that's nice, okay? So from there I can cut these to length. I can use the bit of plywood and the battens to give me the overall size of these, and we're going to do a halving joint to cut them to join them together. Cut our overall lengths. I've got 2 scrap bits, just going to lay those in. I've locked the blade down. I have my board that I want to go inside, so I can place that together. That's actually now giving me my overall length. I can set up my length stop on the chop saw. That's giving me quick and easy accuracy, better than measuring with a ruler and a pencil. So the 2 bits and the bit of ply, that's giving me my halving joint. Then we need to cut those to length. Just scribbling on a mark for an outside point for each of the boards, so I know which the outside is. Okay, it's going to make sense a little bit more in a minute. So we're going to take those. We've got our scrap. Always need a little bit. Let's see if we can find our middle. We're trying to be quite quick and basic with this as a project. I'm using my finger and a pencil. That's pretty good. We've got a line that runs down through. Alright, so on the bend, so I've set up our fence. I've got a length stop. That equals the width of the board. Okay, the extra bit of pine in here is the fact the fence is very tall, so I've machined up something that we can put in that gives us a parallel but means the guides are lower, more accurate, safer. So our length stop is going to give us something to go up against. Just want to do a quick check now, see if we're halfway. So do one there, let's turn it over, cuts in the same place. So by reversing either side we can see where it is. We know that's good. Our pencil line is always going to face outwards. So we've done our rip cuts. Let's just take this out the way. We can reset that. And again, we really want the width of our board, so I'm going to just line up with that scrap bit, tighten things up, just double checking. As I tighten it, pulls it just a little bit. I want to get it as good as we can. That's pretty good. Wiggle it. Really good now. Okay, so with these we've got to cut them upright. Temptation is put another stop block in, but that's going to bind the material that I want to come off. So I'm going to leave it like it is. That looks good there. We need something to push with. These are very precarious. They're going to rock. They move about a bit. So I've got a bit of MDF that I've got square corner on. I can drop in. We know we can push it in. That's safe. It gives me something to push. It's also got a nice square corner. Next thing with this, we're going to look at where we have. So we've got 2 long, 2 short. So the short ones, we're going to have the pencil line facing outwards. We're going to cut that bit off. Other short one, we'll go down. Right, so this is making the reverse frame, the underside that you're not going to see. So you've got that halving joint thing, so we glued this together, really just save a bit of time so it's prepped and ready to go. So let's just take those joints, pull the clamps off. Oh, we did PVA this together. And as I said, this is the backing board, this is where your picture's going in here, okay? So, join with my bit of ply. Gives me something to work around as a size, keep it square. All those things are relevant. Next you want to do our front bits. So these are going to go on. I've got machined, rough sawn edge still. Get some glasses. We want a bit of an overhang inside here, so if your glass and stuff goes in the back. I could do it finding my pencil gauge, but let's go with this. That's working off that nice machine side and the flat edge. Just going to put a line down. This is giving me an overhang point of where they're going to go on the board. So let's just have a quick pick up. Check we got enough. That's not bad. Just overhangs that front a little bit. So we're in there. That double check thing. That one there. Got to cut these to size now. So have a quick look on there. I'm just going to drop that one over to give me a reference point. I can line it up with that pencil. I've got to be careful as I handle it. Dropping back over. That's good there. This one, all right. Ooh, wish we have. That's going to be bottom. It's got a gum patch. I wonder where that will go. We can cut the knot off of there. We've got to come in, have that in there. Again, just give myself something to work to now. Lining up a line a little bit. That's it, being quite basic with this. So in here now, I know my bottom rail needs to be where we are, that width. So all I'm going to go and do, I've got a knot I'm going to cut off here. We've got another dead knot. I'm going to lose that so we can move it in. So I'll cut that one there. Bring it out there. So the bottom rail, going to do with one piece. So all I'm going to do, go back to the chop saw, just cut those to length. I'll be back. Right, okay, so on the next little bit, we've cut bottom one, 2 uprights, we've cut square, we've cut top rail to width. I need to cut these off. They're going to be approximately up in here. We'll get you in, you can have a bit more of a look in a minute. We could also make them a bit more jagged. They don't need to be straight cuts. We're going to round the corners over a bit. We're going to soften things in quite a lot. But that's given me my overhang, and I've obviously allowed for the overhang on the inside of where things are going to go. All right, so we know these have got to be cut off roughly where my line's on. These we then got to soften all the edges. Let's go just cut those. I'll bring them back. That looks a bit barbaric, doesn't it? Quick and fast stock removal using a gouge, just to give a little bit of shape. We're going to go and soften all that in now. We're really going to exploit it. So we want those 4 bits. I've got to go outside. To get that heavy erosion, we're going to go to a blowtorch. We're going to really go for it. It's amazing on how much you're going to need this, how hard you're going to go. We've got our spray bottle. Just keep things a bit under control. Wire brush we're going to want in a minute. I've got a block. I put some tiles on the table so we know it's not going to generate that heat down through. So with the wire brush, real big heavy cut back. Got a little bit to do up here, look. Out on the edge a bit more as well, and around. Right, all we're going to do now is glue them on. Now in reality I've got bottom rail. You could screw them, but be nicer and give a bit more strength to glue it. So let's pull our glue along. We don't want loads, so I can spread that out. Got my board. Just going to flip it over. It looks a bit dirty that side, but we want that overhang. So I'm just looking at where my pencil line is. I'm looking at what I've got either end. That's not bad. I can grip it well enough to do that. Flip it round. I'm just going to bring it to me a little bit on the bench. I want to come left a little bit. We've skimmed a bit. Look. I'll put a clamp on there. Again, just going to have another visual now. Check it looks parallel. Again, another clamp. That's better. This side's up a little bit so we can skim it down now. Good. One done. So we're clamped on, need to let it dry. We've got a window, alright, okay, so at this point got a bit of an overhang which looks good. We haven't got any polish on yet, probably oil it, we can bring the colour out a bit more. You could even put a stain on if you like, so you could go reds, blues, greens, whatever you like. The backing material I'll do as a dark brown stain so it matches into what we've got as the burn. Alright, the reason for not burning the back, you're going to distort it, going to make it look a bit weird. We can obviously put our piece of glass in, or perspex, whatever you want to use as a, and then put your picture in, and then all I would do, I'll probably clean up the back, sand it, get rid of that dust marks, and then I'll use some washers and countersink them, and that'll hold my picture in, so I can screw through the middle of the washer, use that as a clamping fixing plate, so some nice penny washers just to hold the picture in. At the moment we're up to there, we'll show you when we're done. Okay, so let's have a look at our frame. At the moment we're up to here. We've got bottom face coming up round. We've got our heavy burn. No polish on this at the moment. We could put an oil on. You might want to leave it natural. You could wax it with a coloured wax. We've stained the back so the colour matches in. So actually when it's hung up, it's not going to show as much. This was just the pine colour. So up to there. That's not bad. I love this texture. You can't fake that texture. That takes a bit of burning, a bit of hard work. Okay. So on top, let's do a couple of things then. So we've got a piece of perspex that I cut to put in, that'll go. Our picture, let's put that in. We have our backing board. Now backing board's the same bit we used as the layout board, so that's good to know. Glasses, I've got 4 pen lines just on here. We want drill and some washer head screws. Alright, or some penny washers, shall I say. So what I'm going to do now, just off centre, coming down nearly there, level with, got to do one there, I'll do one out there. Coming down to our ply, just checking I've pushed it in fully. Then we can drop our washers in there the same size as the hole we've just drilled. So something, that's quite nice. Bit of texture, rough, but so simple to do. So I've got to take this somewhere, but before I go, thank you for watching. Alright, join us next week for more Woodworking Wisdom. We have more things to show, from something very simple, very basic, to very pleasing as a finished object, hopefully. Give us a thumbs up, do that subscribe thing, share it with your friends, because I mean, we don't do this for the fun, you know. See you soon.